Have you ever been told that you're too quiet? That your silence makes you weak? What if I told you that silence could actually be your greatest strength? This is the story of Ryan, a quiet boy who proved that you don't need to raise your voice to be powerful. You don't need noise to leave an impact. Sometimes silence speaks louder than 1,000 words. In a small town near the governor's grand mansion lived a boy named Ryan. He wasn't like the others. He didn't laugh loudly or fight to prove his strength. He spoke only when it truly mattered. While the other kids ran through the streets shouting and playing, Ryan often sat by the river, watching ripples shimmer on the water. He listened to the birds and noticed how the wind danced through the trees. Because of this, many thought he was strange. Some mocked him. He never talks, he must be weak. Even a few teachers whispered that he was slow. But Ryan never argued or raised his voice. He simply smiled and walked away because deep inside he knew something powerful. Silence was not weakness. Silence was strength. One morning the town square filled with drums and trumpets. The governor himself arrived on his tall horse, his coat gleaming under the sunlight. Beside him a soldier carried a shining chest. The people gasped in awe. The governor lifted his hand and declared, "My people, our state needs a boy who is not only strong but wise, not only bold but patient. I shall hold a competition. The winner will train under my top advisor and receive this chest of gold coins." The crowd buzzed with excitement as the chest was opened, revealing piles of glittering gold. Children's eyes widened. Families dreamed of all the food, clothes, and land that treasure could buy. Every boy in town wanted to compete. They stood tall, eager to prove themselves. Then came Ryan, quiet, calm, and standing at the back. Laughter broke out. "He doesn't even talk. How can he win gold?" But Ryan said nothing. He just stood firm, waiting. The governor announced 3 tests. Only the boy who passed all of them with patience and wisdom would earn the gold and the honor of serving in the mansion. The first challenge was to cross the wide river outside the town. There was no boat, each boy had to find his own way. As soon as the signal was given, the others leapt into the water, splashing wildly. Some ran too fast and slipped on the rocks. Others panicked as the current tugged at their feet. But Ryan paused. He studied the water, noticed the gentle parts of the current, and stepped carefully from stone to stone. He didn't rush. He didn't fear. Slowly but surely, he reached the other side, steady and dry, while others stumbled, soaked, and exhausted. The governor's advisor leaned toward him and whispered, "This boy is slow, but he sees what others cannot." The second test took place in the mansion's garden. The task: find a rare white flower hidden among hundreds of green plants. They had 15 minutes. The moment it began, boys dashed off, yelling and tearing leaves in a frenzy. But Ryan stayed still. He observed. Then he noticed something the others ignored: the butterflies. They fluttered toward a quiet corner of the garden. Ryan followed them calmly, and there, beneath thick leaves, he found the white flower. He picked it gently and brought it to the governor before time ran out. The judges were stunned. "How did you find it so quickly?" they asked. Ryan bowed and replied softly, "If you are silent enough, nature shows you the way." The final test was held in the grand hall. The governor sat on his polished chair as each boy entered to answer one question. His voice echoed, "Tell me, what is stronger than a sword yet makes no sound?" Some boys shouted, "Gold." Others said, "Knowledge," or "Courage." Each time the governor shook his head. Finally, Ryan entered quietly, bowed, and waited. The governor repeated the question. Ryan closed his eyes for a moment and then said gently, "Patience, sir." The hall fell silent. The governor leaned forward. "Why patience?" Ryan lifted his head and answered, "A sword can win battles, but patience can win hearts. A sword can cut, but patience can heal. A sword may create fear, but patience builds respect, and respect lasts longer than fear." The entire hall went still. Then the governor slowly smiled and clapped his hands. "Young man, you have spoken with wisdom. You have spoken with truth." The next day, the governor's messenger gathered everyone in the town square. He unrolled a scroll and read aloud, "The winner of the governor's challenge, the gold chest, and the honor of serving in the mansion is Ryan, the quiet boy." Gasps filled the air. Some boys were shocked. Others whispered, "How could he win? He never even speaks." But the old town elder smiled knowingly and said, "Do you see now? Sometimes the one who speaks the least understands the most." From that day, Ryan served in the governor's mansion. He still spoke little, but when he did, everyone listened. His words came from thought, not noise, from truth, not pride. Years passed, and Ryan became known across the state, not as the loudest man, but as the wisest. And maybe, my friend, this is for you too. If anyone ever says you're too quiet, don't believe them. Silence doesn't mean weakness, it means you are listening. It means you are learning. And one day it will mean you are leading. So don't waste your energy proving yourself with noise. Prove yourself with patience. Prove yourself with action. Because in the end, success doesn't always shout, but it always leaves a mark. If this story touched your heart, give it a like. Leave a comment below and tell me, have you ever been underestimated because of your silence? Your story might inspire someone today. And if you want to hear more inspiring tales like this, don't forget to share this video, because someone out there might just need this message.